You mentioned today here and before about the possibility of someone wanting to take you out, dealing with the death threats.
It's not in my imagination. You could just look on social media.
Yeah.
But like, is it because?
They make that very clear.
Yeah, and look, I'm very familiar with that.
And they've got signs. There are people with signs and demostrations saying that I need to die.
Do you think, are these just whack jobs, or do you think there are foreign...
Not sane people.
Yeah.
Do you think there are foreign entities behind this? Do you think there are domestic entities behind the threats and also the attacks to Twitter, or not Twitter, Tesla? I mean, you're getting Tesla's charging stations lit on fire. Do you think that's organized and paid for?
Yes, at least some of it is organized and paid for. I think by domestic, basically left-wing organizations in America, funded by left-wing billionaires, essentially.
Is it like Act Blue or what?
Act Blue is one of them. There's Arabella. The classic. It's funded by the blue, basically the left-wing NGO cabal.
How big of a threat is this to like what you built at Tesla? I mean, I remember when Teslas came out, it was people that they didn't want to have gas cars. A lot of it was environmental reasons. I jokingly said, I was like, I'm a Texas guy. I'm always going to have something that burns gas. My kids now, all three of my boys, think that Teslas are awesome. The Cybertruck is the car they want their dad to buy, which I laugh because I never could have imagined that 5 years ago. And now I'm looking at...
Well, we're at the White House and the president's Tesla is parked right outside the West Wing, which is the coolest damn thing.
But I mean, you've changed a generation. When you look at my kids are 6 and 8 and they're going, Dad, buy a Cybertruck. And I'm considering it. That's a full circle in a weird way.
Yeah. Well, I do have this theory that the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. So, yeah, it seems often to be true. You see, like, what twist or turn of fate would generate the highest ratings? If we were a TV show, what twist or turn of fate would generate the highest ratings? There's a good chance that happens.
Well, I will say if Act Blue and Arabella Networks...
Act Blue is a huge scam, next level.
Do you think it's foreign money, Chinese money? Where do you think the money in Act Blue is coming from? How do you figure that out?
Well, it's not coming from a whole bunch of from a groundswell of public support, because when individual donors are looked at in Act Blue, a bunch of them turn out to be like diehard Republicans,
right?
People that have never given money in their life. So you're going to track down a bunch of these people where it says, "Oh, I gave $16,000," and they're like, "I didn't give $16,000. What are you talking about?"
Well, if those
Republican friends of mine found themselves on the Act Blue list, they're like, "It definitely wasn't me." So that's
if it can actually be shown that they are funding firebombing of Tesla charging stations. That's objectively a criminal act. That is funding terrorist activity, and the statutes make clear that an incendiary device qualifies. So that's a big deal.
Is a terrorist activity. Yeah.